students should have choice. If someone literally picked up this instrument because they wanted to slap, maybe I'll make them. They got to tough through some stuff, but if it's their true goal, yeah, of course we'll try and intertwine it. And I can kill two birds with one stone by, if we want to learn slap technique, we can slap some arpeggios and octave shapes and all that stuff
exactly.
like that. So I don't really have a definite answer on, if they want to be slap masters, do we avoid it or do we go for it? It depends on the person. I think everyone should have a choice. I think it's wrong to say like, this is the only way you can, the only path you could go down. So I don't have like a curriculum on bass freedom or my lessons. It's like, I'm going to adapt to you. Because everyone has a different musical path, different goal, different abilities. It can't be one way.
No, definitely not. Like, and at the end of the day, music's supposed to be fun. So to say to someone, I'm not going to teach you slap because it's not going to get you a gig. Maybe they don't want to get a gig. Maybe they just want to play slap and that's what they find fun in music. So yeah, it has to be a different way for everyone.
Yeah, if you're trying to get gigs, then maybe you shouldn't have a presence of just only being a slap guy now. I mean, that maybe that won't get you calls. It depends on your goals. But I'm a huge ambassador that slapping, ghost notes, some of the flashier but percussive stuff helps your internal clock, your timing. So it's like, oh my God, I became so much more of a rhythmic person when I'm essentially being a drummer.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not, yes, you're not going to be doing that at your bar gig, your local bar gig. But we want to get the best we can at our instrument, and we do things because they're fun for us. It doesn't. You when you play that 2-hour bar gig, you chill, you play your role, you do your thing. Another thing that I bite my tongue with is the
Don't
haters.
bite your tongue, man. Just let it all out. This is a safe space.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. I grew up a slapper and like a flash, attracted to that stuff, and then I settled in and I really learned how to be solid pocket player, do my role, and now that thanks to social media, you can do both of that. I could do the underrated bass lines and just play with the bass lines, not, do anything crazy, but I could also show you how to incorporate double thumb with left hand fretting and roll techniques and 16-note triplets. I mean, you could do it all now. So I don't think there's any rules, excuse me. But when I say bite my tongue, it's just more, the haters out there on the slap bass. We have an instrument that gets a lot of hate, but I don't know.
We try to talk openly on this, but I'm always saying I'm trying to add to the conversation, not to the noise. So if you're just slagging something off for no reason, that's just bullshit, really. But we try to have like a conversation if we can about things. Like I love playing slap as well, but I obviously I don't get a gig doing it, but I still find myself learning it. I'm learning like a Davie 504 line at the moment because nice. I actually think he's a really good bass player. I know he gets a lot of hate, which is completely unfounded, but I'm learning a thing of his called slap. It's like a lot of double thumbing in it, and it's just a nice little piece. But someone like him even gets hate, and obviously he does silly videos, but he's still like one of the best bass players you can watch on the internet.
Yeah, I think if you're getting hate, that means someone's watched enough of you to have an opinion. That's a good thing. Bass is always going to have that element of it when it comes to slap and maybe some of the older heads, but I love Davie 504. His tone is incredible.
Yeah,
he's funny. Some people will be like, I don't think I'm at a level yet where I can like battle with him or anything, but I would love to do that stuff one day.
Yeah, I don't know what he does. He like records them and then does playback, because I was learning his piece and I was thinking, man, this is really hard and the shapes are really weird. There's no way he recorded this live, but he got like a perfect take or comped it somehow. Like, but the shapes in it are just bizarre, and the little runs and things. But yeah, you could definitely do one of those battles, like throw some of those crazy licks in.
Oh yeah, no, I if we're just having a flexing game, I would love to go against Davie 504 because he does a lot of the same techniques I do. We like double thumb. He's more of a tapper type of. When he does like actual like Van Halen style tapping, I'm more of like a sweep tapper. I mean, you talk about not getting a gig, that's stuff. But diving back into that, I like learning how to sweep arpeggios on my instrument has made me know my arpeggios all over my instrument. So it's like, I'm going to do a video on that too. It's like, and I have to say, because I get it. It's like, no, the haters would be like, why don't you just play guitar if you're sweeping? It's like, well, guitarists might be able to do that in a song or whatever, but I am learning more about my instrument. And it's freaking fun, that should be enough to want to learn something. You know, that's like Billy Sheehan style sweeping. You know, it's really helped me know my arpeggios all over. I was really into that stuff.
It does. Like when you start learning, you know, those kind of melodic, kind of very slow tapping parts, when you realize that if they're just certain shapes of arpeggios, and if you tap those and do it sounds unreal, and you're writing these really cool pieces of music. That is a good way of learning your arpeggios.
Oh yeah, we're bassists. Our main goal in most settings are to outline chords. What makes up chords? Arpeggios. So if we know them in every way possible, you know, starting on different fingers, spanning across our neck, extended, even if it involves tapping, it's just increasing our knowledge of the fretboard. Everything shouldn't come down to, is it going to get you a gig or not? Because not everyone gigs. A lot of people just want to play for fun and learn. And I listen to tons of music that has had that style of playing in it too. I mean, you look at some of the music that's coming out nowadays. Some of these guys are doing some flashy stuff. You know, we're not all talking about James Jamerson or Motown style bass lines or Paul McCartney bass lines, you know. Some genre calls for aggressive slap or even some cool little, you know, flary. I have some videos where I've made sweep tapping work. It's like a textural thing, you know. Good way to end the song, you know, when everyone's, you know, or you can make it work.